Everything going well for everybody. Let's mic up so that way you hear me good. I'm going to mic up on the phone just because the phone's microphone is not as good as the one on the laptop. Boop. There we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Nicole Grant, how you doing? Josh McClay. Those two people are on Facebook right now. So just end of thoughts. Thanks for the thumbs up, by the way. Just kind of want to do like a live session. I really like the live session, by the way. I love, questions, suggestions, what's going on in your world. And that helps me know, hey, are we on track on some of this stuff? Are we kind of not? What's helpful, what's useful, what's not? And so I'd like to know what's going on in your world. And so I find live sessions are just a fun way to kind of engage with people. So what am I? Raphael, Rufe, Dabo. So business cards. So one of the things that I will do with business cards when I collect them from folks, number one is I don't give out business cards. I just don't. Someone had asked me so you're not usually dead serious about that. I am dead serious. I do go on the phrase that if you like the sizzle, you'll buy the steak. And I do live by that. So it's the idea, though, that if I get your business card, then I can control the phone call. I can control the conversation. So I'll get your business card, and I'll call you. And so if I give out a business card, I don't know if you're ever going to call me. So now other people, they like giving it out like Tic Tacs. They just throw them around, and it's okay. I think. But what do people end up doing with all those business cards? Are they storing them somewhere? Are they throwing them around? So for me, what I'll do is I'll take a photo of it with my phone, and then I use Camcard. If you're not familiar with that one, I'm going to write it here in the Camcard. It's a free app. I like it just because it helps. If it's a decent, hey, how you doing? Yum bias. If it's a decent card, it'll automatically just enter in a lot of the data, the phone number, where they work, the email address. Again, if it's a good well written kind of font, it's not too funky, just kind of your traditional setup, then it'll automatically input that data. So just one last step, which makes it really convenient. How you doing, Amy? And so, how you doing, Gianna Rose? I've heard good things about Camcard. Yeah. So I actually have the $4.99 version. I bought it, literally, guys, because I don't like paying for apps. I don't know. I'm just in that generation. But I bought it years ago, probably like 7 years ago, and I've gotten a ton of value from it because you'll go to a networking event, right? And you'll get like 6 business cards, right? So this is from today. I'll get 6 business cards, and I don't want to spend all that time entering in all this data one person at a time. And so the Cam card helps me do it a little bit quicker is the idea. And then what I will do then is I will go and I will connect with people on LinkedIn, and I find that to be really helpful. Hey, we met at the networking event. Maybe I remembered something about our conversation. Hopefully, love that you were wearing, or really like your thoughts on your industry. Would love to be able to grab coffee or lunch so I can get to know that person a little bit more. And by have that, control, I have their business card. They have mine. They can call me. That's fine. And then what I'll do is then I'll shoot them an email with my contact information, my email address, ways they can get in touch with me, cell phone number. And then by being able to have that connection, then what I will do then next is then I'll go out and I will, meet with these people face to face. If they're not open to meeting face to face and building out that business professional networking, then that's okay. Like it's probably someone I'm not going to build a network with anyway. And so then I'll take their business card and I'll throw it out. Actually, a lot of times, to be honest with you, sorry if people that give me your business cards, I take your business cards, I input them on Camcard, and then I throw them away. I just use them as a way to know that I put a check mark. If I put them into the Cam card, there's the check mark. And then I keep a hold of you to make sure that I shot you an email on LinkedIn for us to connect. And then once I've sent that email out, I throw it away. So it's kind of like one and done. If you don't respond to that LinkedIn, then we're probably not going to hit it off, right? So or I'll shoot you a direct email. So that's just another way to build out your LinkedIn network at the same time, be able to make sure that I'm connected with people beyond the networking event. And then the other thing that was interesting today when I was talking with someone, he's in the process of starting out his business, and one of the first questions people will constantly ask themselves, especially if it's more on the consulting side, more on the service side, is how do I monetize this business? And a lot of times, though, I'll tell people first, number one is, why are you doing it? Well, it satisfies me. I really like it. Okay, so then let's say it pays you. What's your minimum money that needs to come into the door? Let's say it's $2,000 a month. Okay, you're going to get paid $2,000 a month, and it's going to happen for the next 5 years. Are you okay with that? And in 10 years, all that you've gone up to is, let's say, $3,000 a month. Are you okay with that in 10 years? And if they can answer that truthfully within themselves, yes, then they're probably doing something that aligns with really who they are. If they say no, I got to be making more than that, I need something to be able to satisfy my income, then don't do it. Because I think you're barking up the wrong tree. If you need something to satisfy your desire to have, now again, $3,000 needs to be able to cover, I call it the mug method: mortgage, utility, groceries. If it doesn't cover those three, then you probably need to find something different in order to make ends meet until you can have the ability to really follow your passions. Because your passion should be something, or your purpose should be something that you can do without it necessarily having to satisfy all the income immediately, right? And so for me, when a career perspective, if you're going to work at age 25 to age 65, that's 40 years. 10 years really is not that long of a time. It really isn't. I mean, it's a quarter. 5 years barely even is a spit in the bucket. So a lot of people that get stuck with like, oh man, I didn't get the promotion that I wanted to. How long have you been working there? 2 years. Just relax. If you're where you need to be, it's where you want to be, then the money will come if you're worth your salt. Some people that aren't worth their salt, sometimes it's a look, you got to be honest and look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what, maybe I'm not as sharp as I think I am, or maybe I haven't put in my dues like I've needed to. So that's really where my thoughts are on today. I don't know about you guys, if you've been able to match and marry your passions, your desires, and purpose with what you're doing professionally. But for me, see Kathy, we'll see you tomorrow. I find for myself, that's exactly how I've been able to find it for myself. Has it taken a long time? It took a long time to find. Once I found it, it's duck to water. I think one of the biggest struggles is just eating that humble pie, right? Like letting things slowly build, right? I think the moment that you start a business, you want it to happen immediately. Hey friend, we should DM me. And that's really where I think rubber hits the road a lot for people is, okay, I found what I like to do and suck. It's taking a long time to build. It does. It sucks. Like, I'll be perfectly downright honest with you. It blows, right? Because you need it to, let's say you want to have 500 clients. You're going to do one client a week and you have 50 at the end of the year and you need 500. It's brutal. It sucks. Leslie, how you doing? Mike, how you doing? Yo Mibas, how you doing? Rick, here on Facebook, how you doing? And so that becomes a real struggle for a lot of people. Because you have this passion and desire to be able to do this thing, whether it's product or service you want to offer, and then it just doesn't happen as quickly as you want it to. It's like you're stoking all this energy into creating this fire, but it's not caught yet. I enjoy Diet Coke, guys. I know I need to get rid of Coke. I know I need to get rid of soda. It's one of the last things. I do not have any other vices. I don't, drink alcohol. I don't smoke tobacco. I don't have coffee. But Diet Coke is my go-to. Because I always find it funny. So somebody sees me, they drink Diet Coke. I'm like, oh, you shouldn't drink Diet Coke. But then I'll see a post of them totally hammered on the weekend. And I'm like, dude, that's totally different. This thing, I'm always in control. Judge me for my alcohol consumption. Me drinking soda is the same as you getting, binge drinking on the weekend. Anyway, I live in a community, by the way, in Wisconsin. If you look it up, if you're not familiar with Wisconsin in the United States, it's per capita, I think we drink the most in any other state. So, I get it. It's not necessarily you online. It's people that I work with or that I chat with, and it's just how it is. So, anyway, sorry, soapbox time. Anyway, guys, I put a recent post on Facebook and on Instagram. Would love to get your input It's about leveraging social media in the automotive space. So we'd really love your thoughts. Chris, really love your thoughts on the recent post that I put up there. Do you think that makes sense? Am I crazy? So this is where it's born from. And I know that I'm a little bit on the tilt of kind of crazy. I am a little bit out there, but I did buy a car in Tennessee 2 years ago. So I'm looking for this specific car. It's a Hyundai Equus, white, saddle, brown leather. It has to have the 2 rear monitors in the back, okay? And I want it under 40,000 miles. So I'm looking for 2014, 2015 are the only years that had the 2 rear monitors in the back seats and 1 up front. So it's a very particular vehicle. I know it's got 450 horsepower. It's a freaking awesome. But and again, it's not name brand. It's a Hyundai for freak's sake. And so I found this car in Tennessee. Call the place up. Hey, what color is the rear blinkers? Yellow. For me, rear blinkers have to be yellow. Can't have them be red, because I can't stand the idea that I'm following somebody and their rear blinkers are red. And I know somebody says, well, Sherm, what if your blinkers are behind you, right? It's in your car. I know what they look like. Every time I put on that blinker, I know that I got red blinkers. It's going to drive me batty. So rear blinkers got to be yellow. So I call the guy up. He goes, hold on a second. It's right outside the room. Again, he's all the way in Tennessee. I'm in Wisconsin. He's like, they're yellow. I said, perfect. I already got the financing ready. Let's go. Boom. I'll be there on Saturday to buy it. It was like Tuesday. I actually drove down. No. I did drive down. One-way rental, got it for like $100. It was cheaper than flying one way from where I live down to Memphis. So wife and I drove down there, picked up the car. We walked the downtown Memphis area, got some barbecue, did the financing, signed everything for the car, picked it up and drove it back that weekend. And so I know I'm not a weirdo, because the following year, this year, I had to get a minivan because we got the big family coming up. And so I'm looking for a Honda Odyssey. It's got to be 2009, 2010. That's the year. It has to have under 100,000 miles on it, and just because it's a kid's car, they're going to beat the crap out of this thing. We're like, well, may as well get the entertainment system in there. May as well get the leather. And so we're looking for this used car. By the way, used cars would do cars are just a waste of money to begin with. So anyway, so we're doing this research, and she's like, well, if we have the search tools, cargurus.com, let's look for purple. And so I don't mind looking nationwide, by the way. I'm crazy. And we found it 3 hours away in Waukesha. Again, call them up. What color is the rear blinkers? Why is somebody trying to sell it, right? What's wrong with this thing? I see the Carfax is clean, one owner, and then boom. The guy's right, boom. So we boom in the sense that, good, okay, tomorrow we'll be down there. We're going to sign it, get the paperwork ready. So that way we can, and by the way, they never have the paperwork ready. It's never smooth. Even when I drove into Tennessee and bought that car, it still took 2 hours at the dealership. I don't know why. Someone's got to figure a better way to buy a car. So I have this crazy post out there. Now I know I'm a little bit crazy because I wanted particular things. However, in 2015, there's that are sold in the U.S. versus 16 million new cars in 2015. So there's double the amount of new cars out there, and we live in a world of search technology. We can find exactly what we want, and if we can find exactly what we want, and it's cheaper than getting what we don't want locally, then we'll find it. So, and again, I priced it all out. If I included my drive down to these places, the time, we still came out on top. So I want to know from your guys' perspective if I'm totally off my rocker. So go check out the post. It's a quick 1 minute video. Would love to know your thoughts. I put a lot in, not a lot. I put some bullet points. The caption's a little bit longer in the Instagram post and also on the Facebook post. So I just really like to know what you guys think, because maybe I'm totally out there and I'm way off base. And if I am, that's okay. Obviously, then I just buy things differently than the average person. And I'm okay with that. I'm totally okay if I'm totally this anomaly. So just give me your thoughts, because I would really like to know it. And I would like to know if you think that the automotive industry, the car salespeople, the dealerships are totally doing it wrong because they're still doing the email blast, the letters, the go onto my website and you have to enter in all your data in order for you to look at our inventory type attitude. Stupid. I know, but that's just me. That's just me looking as an observer, as a user, as a buyer, as a purchaser. Remember, if you look at my LinkedIn, guys, this is not, social media is not what I do for my career. This is just for fun. And I love it, by the way. I love engaging with you guys. Medudink, high five to you. I like the emojis, by the way. The emojis are fun. The dealerships are totally redundant. I think so too. And I would be using Facebook posts to, hey, here's a hat, here's a t-shirt, here come in for, every Friday we have a free raffle to give away a free oil change, right? Get people into the dealership, get them used to coming in, and guess what? Boom, you got clients for life. We should buy direct from manufacturers. Yeah, that's a really that's a weird one, isn't it? Because I know that who's pushing against that is Tesla, right? They're trying to push against that whole model of, you have to buy through a dealership. In Wisconsin, that's how it is here. So the closest Tesla dealership is all the way down in Chicago, in Illinois, because you can't buy directly from a manufacturer. It has to go through dealerships here in our state. And so I think Illinois, it doesn't work that way. I think you can literally buy it from a Ford, the Ford manufacturer. But I'm not too familiar with it. I just know that that's how it is Tesla. I know how people buy Teslas around my area. So, all right, guys, it's time to head out. Hope you're doing really well. If I can bring value to you, please let me know. Sherm's out. Whoop, 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 whoop.